Hey, it's Elise Alamo, the Blonde Bombshell, and I want to share with you a bombshell life tip. This is the first life tip that I'm doing. Reason being is I don't really think it fits in, the category of health or business, but it does encompass both of those. So there needs to be another category altogether that kind of brings this all together. Now, this last week has been a week of some realizations. And, right here is not the place to go into that. But the reason that I wanted to record this for you, and I had to do it just kept nagging at me, is because, life is short. And we take that for granted all too often. I want to make sure that you understand why certain people have what they want and why certain people complain all the time. Why certain people are happy, like really happy with the things that they have, and why others are not. Why certain people can be content and satisfied, even if they have less than you do, physically, compared to somebody who maybe has a lot of possessions or somebody who has very little possession, but they just can't find that satisfaction or that peace. Life is all about positioning. And what I've learned when in like respect of positioning your life properly is, obviously the younger that you get this concept, the better off you are. Because you can start to put things in motion and you can make a lot of mistakes before you lose a lot of stuff, or before their mistakes are really devastating. When you're older, it's kind of a progression of understanding, but when you position yourself really well after like a wealth of time has gone by. Sorry about that noise if you can hear it. There's apparently the garbage man is having a really tough time getting the dumpsters from like down the street. I've never heard anything like this in my life, but whatever. We're just going to work through it, right? This is an important thought. So when you grasp this concept older, when you've made a lot of mistakes in your youth, and you don't understand why you're not fulfilled, because you have deeper values, you seem to, once you get the concept, you get it, and you never look back. When you're younger, it's kind of like you might get it and fall off track, get it and fall off track, get it and fall off track, because you get pulled by influence everywhere you go, because it's like all this peer pressure and news media, popularity. A lot of times when people are, like a little bit later in life, those things don't matter anymore, and you've gotten past that. So, positioning. The way that you should be positioning your life, and I'm talking the way that you act, the way that you eat, and especially your career path. You want to set it up so that you are going to love where it puts you in a few years. Now, most people grasp. They will grasp for money, or they take someone else's idea and they run with it, and then they realize that they wake up and they're like unhappy, and how did I get to this place? Like, I don't like this. I don't like my job, or the money's great, but how do I get myself out of this situation? Money is not everything. You will most likely, if you are a very like a quality, say, just employee, or what's the word? Quality, like asset to another person or company or whatever, you will probably at some point get offered some sort of compensation to do a job. Like nice compensation to do a job that doesn't necessarily fit your priorities. It's not going to put you where you want it to put you. The money might be really nice, But where are you going to wake up in a year, 5 years, or 10 years if you have to weigh the pros and cons? Like, oh, the money's great, but I don't like the job. Oh, but you know what? I'll be able to buy this, this, and this, and I won't have to worry about money, but I don't like the job. Like, I know there are people that will argue me in this, and I don't care. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care. Don't argue me, because I don't care. If you are the kind of person who money is most important and you don't mind being dissatisfied and discontent, I don't know if you can hear that, for the rest of your life, then go for it. But the only satisfaction comes when you live your life according to your priorities. It does not come from money. Money is a comfort, sure. But satisfaction does not come from money. It never will. Never will. So when you put yourself in line with your priorities and what's important to you, and you pay attention when you go and make a decision today, how that's going to affect you or where that's going to put you down the road, you will have a clear perspective of why or why not a certain position or whatever it is. It can be something that you do on your own. It can be, your own business that you started. You have to think about where it's going to put you. Is this my dream? Am I passionate about it? Do I care about what I'm doing to the level that I'm going to work my ass off and I'm still going to love what I do every day? That's what you want. And if you think it's impossible, I'm here to tell you it's not. You don't have to do what I do, but I'm going to tell you right now that there is an option out there for every single person who feels like there's something going on in your life, something that's not right. There is an answer for you. Stop listening to the people that tell you that what you have today has to be good enough, because it doesn't. I'm here to tell you that is flawed, and there is a solution for you no matter what your problem is. If you want to talk more about it, or you want to tell me a story about this journey that you've been on, I would love to hear it. So please share it with me and get in touch.